Good evening, everybody, and welcome to PSRA TV. My name is Chris Ellis, and I'll be hosting you this evening for the Corn on the Cob 200 here from Iowa Speedway. We have the best drivers in the PSRA ready to show their stuff tonight at the world's fastest short track. We have 200 laps here ahead of us, 175 miles. Want to point out a couple of things about this race as we get ready. So we are looking at a one stage that will come at lap 50. Remember, we will not have any points awarded at that stage. I'm sorry, we will have points awarded for the top 5 at that stage. We will not see a caution flag at that stage. As we get ready to go, we do want to let you know that we are starting just a few minutes late tonight, just because our team was dealing with a couple technical issues on getting the race actually set up in iRacing. As you can see, though, it is set up now, and we are ready to go here for week 6 of PSRA Premier Series action. Want to take a quick look at the point standings thus far. In the lead right now, we have the 94 of Cameron Sarton. He has won most of the races, actually 4 of the 5 races that we've had so far here in the Premier Series. Second place, just 5 points behind him due to an outstanding amount of consistency, Griffin Deere in the 6 car. In third place, you see Cameron Sarton's teammate John Dart. He's in the 93. He's 29 points behind the leader. Then we got a little bit of a jump, about 19 points back from him. We find Jared Ogletree in the 27. Cameron Arndt, he's going to be in 5th place in points. You see Miguel Rodriguez in 6th. He's 78 back from the leader. 81 back from the leader is Travis Dart, the 3rd member of that Ghost Racing team with Cameron Sarton and his brother John Dart. He is going to be bringing up 7th place. He's 81 points behind his teammate who is in the lead. James Jackson in the 29 from 29 Designs. He is 89 points behind the leader in 8th place. In 9th place is Kyle Kendall in the 16, 99 points behind the points leader. Brandon Hare rounds out your top 10 here in points, 103 points behind the leader. And he is tied now with Dakota Nichols in 11th place, 114 points behind the leader. Dakota Nichols is going to round out your top 10, remarkably, in spite of missing a couple races earlier this season. So some strong performances. We're going to go to our starting grid now. We have our cars getting ready to take the white flag here. John Dart has the lead here. We're going to show their qualifying time real quick here. No, we're not. We're just going to go ahead and get this thing. Nope, we've got an extra lap here, so great news. We're going to go through our grid really quickly here to show you who's running where here at the Corn on the Cob 200. So leading off, we have John Dart in the 93 car. Jackson Wade, usually with me in the booth, took a couple laps at Iowa and said, no, I want to race this one. So he's starting on the outside pole, just 0.02 of a second behind your pole sitter, John Dart. Starting in 3rd place, Stephen Parker. Haven't seen him. We didn't see him last week. He is less than 0.1 of a second off the leader. Colin Lewis in that 67, who made a strong start with our league last year. He's going to roll off in, last week. He's going to roll off in 4th. Miguel Rodriguez in 5th. Ogletree in 6th. Devin Benoit's rolling off 7th. Kyle Kendall in 8th. James Jackson in 9th. Cameron Sarton, your points leader, rolling off 10th. But remember, he will go to the back of the pack because of his huge points lead. So the green flag is now waving. We have 50 laps in stage 1. John Dart in the 93 is going to take them down into turn 1. He's going to get the lead over second place Jackson Wade. See some side-by-side racing in the back. Looks like Miguel is able to clear the 67. And that 67, he's going to stay up on the high side. Dart, though, he's going to come around and lead lap 1. But Jackson Wade is going to put the nose of that 69 car to the inside. And he is going to clear John for the lead as they come out of turn 2 on lap number 2. Challenging now for second place, we see Steven Parker in that number 10 Napa Auto Parts Chevy. Steven didn't make the race last week. Glad to see him back. In fact, let's see. He's run pretty strong so far year to date in this season. So of the 3 races he's run, he has finished in the top 10 every single time, but unfortunately had to miss a couple races at Lucas Oil, IRP Speedway, and then at Charlotte last week. So back in the mix here at Iowa, and Steven Parker is already putting his number 10 Chevrolet up into the second place. Just realized that we still have the point standings up in front of the screen, working to get rid of those really quickly so that you can see this great racing action. So apologies for that. We wanted to show more information here at the beginning of the broadcast and got a little out over our skis. So we'll make sure to get with the boys in the booth on that one and make sure that we tighten that up for next time. And the 93 car, John Dart, he's going to want to get that second place position back from the 10 of Steven Parker. He puts his nose to the inside. Jackson Wade, though, he's just going to take off further and further into the lead. We're going to get you that gap there in just a second so that you can see exactly what that gap is. Let's take a look and see how far he has gotten ahead of second place. 0.8 of a second, almost 0.9 of a second is Wade out in front of Steven Parker in that 10 car, and just a big wad of cars back here racing for third place. That's John Dart in the 93, Colin Lewis in that 67 Busch machine to his inside, Miguel Rodriguez in the 72. These guys racing hard for third place, 67 up there on the outside. Again, Lewis made a huge impact in our race last week, came out of the gate strong, led a ton of laps at Charlotte. Unfortunately, had to retire early after getting wheel damage. He had to use his fast repair a little bit earlier in the race than he was hoping to. And when he slacked the wall and got wheel damage, that was it for him, as he didn't have another fast repair. He's going to go ahead and move into the third place in that number 67 car. Steven Parker in the 10, now that he's gotten clear of side-by-side traffic, he has closed that gap up to leader Jackson Wade from 0.8 of a second back down to just over half a second. So working to get back up to the leader here so that he can make a challenge for that front position. Looking a little bit further in the field, see a little bit of a gap growing between the 93 of John Dart and the 72 of Miguel Rodriguez. He has Devin Benoit in the 60 hot on his heels, as you see James Jackson in the 29, that Dr. Pepper machine laying in wait, seeing if he can get an opportunity to get past Miguel, when no doubt I think Devin's is going to be looking to get to the inside of that number 72 machine very, very quickly. Yeah, 60's trying to find some kind of room on the inside or outside to get a run on Miguel. Doesn't look like he's got it just yet. Meanwhile, we're going to take a look a few cars back. This is the battle for 8th place. Travis Dart in the 11. He just got past the 27 of Jared Ogletree. Looks like a little bit of a wiggle from Ogletree. He might have gotten into the wall there. He's fallen back and fallen back fast. He has now fallen back again. He was battling for the 8th position. He's now all the way back to 11th and about to drop back to 12th behind the 94 of Cameron Sarton. Remember, Sarton starting in the back because he is one of your points leaders. So every time we start a race here in the Premier Series, as well as in our PSRA Truck Series, the top 2 in points start in the back of the pack just to kind of help keep things exciting. Speaking of exciting, we're going to pull things right back up here to the front of the pack. Colin Lewis, he's taken the 2nd position, and he is looking for the lead now. He has run Jackson Wade down, brought that lead to a 1/10 of a second now. He's all over that back bumper. Now he's going to make a move to the outside, and he does have that outside line. Oh, they make contact. He comes down a little bit off the wall. He's going to get into the 69 car. Jackson's able to keep it together. Both drivers able to continue. What a save on both sides there, Colin and Jackson, after that contact. It didn't look like anything intentional there. You know, as you get out of the exit of these corners, when you're right up against the wall, you're doing everything you can to pull that car back down off of the wall so you don't make contact. Looks like that's what the 67 was doing there. Came down, made a little bit of contact to the outside of the number 69 machine of Jackson Wade. Had that contact made them both loose, maybe took a little bit of momentum from that 69 car, as you see Wade now falling back to 3rd. But overall, both of those drivers at least able to keep their cars pointed in the right direction. So this race continues. Do want to call out a couple of notable absences now as this race is underway. You see there Kyle Bridges in the 46 car. He has gone ahead and retired his machine early on after falling behind early. Do want to note that we are also missing Dakota Nichols, who finished in 2nd place last week. He is not here with us this week, so he will not be up there racing for that 2nd place position like we saw him do last week at Charlotte. Just like we saw last week at Charlotte, the 67 of Colin Lewis, newcomer, he is out front, and he has now built a 7/10 of a second lead over 2nd place Stephen Parker. Stephen Parker has Jackson Wade in the 96 hot on his heels. We're going to take a look a little bit deeper back in the field here, as we've got some drivers back here who we need to give some recognition to here. We've got the 93 car of John Dart. He's got a really great finishing average so far this season. John Dart has not finished outside of the top 10, first of all season, and his one non-top 5, that race, the one time that John Dart didn't finish in the top 5, that was No, actually, let me take that back. John Dart has finished in the top 5 all 5 races so far this season. He has an average finish of 1.8, just a ridiculous statistic for this driver. He currently sits 3rd in points. Both Griffin Deere and Cameron Sarton have wins. Do you want to call out Griffin Deere, also missing from this field tonight? Want to give him a huge shout out and congratulations to the driver of the 6 car as he is preparing to get married this weekend. So huge congratulations out to Griffin Deere and future Mrs. Deere. We wish y'all nothing but the best, and we are very excited for you that you all are getting to share that moment with one another. So big congratulations out to Griffin and Mrs. Deere this weekend, assuming nobody stands up and objects. We'll see. I hope that doesn't happen for y'all's sake. I don't know if that happens there like it does here in the U.S. Griffin, of course, Canadian. All right, Stephen Parker now is maintaining about a 7/10 of a second gap behind the leader, Colin Lewis. I thought he was closing up a little bit, but looks like he lost a little bit of momentum right as I went to call him out. He's back down to about 6/10, but let's see if he can maintain that over a handful of laps. Jackson Wade, who started with the lead and led some early, meanwhile, has fallen back to 3rd place. Our pole sitter, John Dart, who put down a just blistering lap time for his qualifying lap, he has now fallen back to 4th place. He's about 2 seconds behind the leader. Then everyone else is about another second back from him. We've got Miguel Rodriguez in the 72, currently running in 5th position. As we continue to go through the field behind him, we've got Travis Dart in the 11. Cameron Arndt in the 3 car, that Chicago Cubs machine. He is right behind that 11 car. No doubt he's going to be looking to make his way up towards the lead as this race continues. James Jackson in the 29. He is so far up 1 position right now. It looks like he mostly got past Jared Ogletree when Ogletree had those issues. So James Jackson, he started, I believe he started 9th on the day. Yep. And currently up to 8th in that number 29 Dr. Pepper Zero machine for Great Lakes Motorsports. Behind him, and we want to keep an eye on this driver, the 94 of Cameron Sarton, the winningest driver so far this season. He's won 4 out of 5 races that we've completed here in the Premier Series. He's currently running in the 9th position. Now, he qualified 10th, but remember, he had to start the race at the very back of the pack. He's currently 2nd in points. He will pass Griffin Deere after tonight. Griffin currently our points leader, but doing things much more important than racing as he gets ready to take the nuptials here this weekend. So Cameron Sarton, one way or another, likely to come out your points leader tonight unless something crazy happens. Behind him, that number 60 machine of Devin Benoit. He has, let's see, how has Devin been doing year to date in the series? So Devin, he's racing for Kitties and Beer Racing. I race for them in the Truck Series. Same as Jared Ogletree and Kyle Kendall. It looks like Devin's actually going to fall down to teammate Kyle in the 16. All 3 of those guys racing here together for 10th through 12th position. Looks like Kyle is going to make that pass, and maybe Kyle kind of washes up the racetrack and loses a little bit of momentum racing for that position and isn't able to complete it there. But as he dives down into turn 1 here, it looks like he is going to clear Devin here. And now the 27 of Jared Ogletree is on the inside of that 60, and he's going to pass Devin as well, moving himself up into the 11th position. We were kind of going through the field here when that took place, so we're going to continue that by taking a look at some of the guys that passed them. So we're taking a look at Cameron Sarton. He's now up to 9th place. Kyle Kendall, he actually started 8th and has fallen back to 10th here in the early goings. Ogletree, remember, had that big slip earlier where he got loose, lost a ton of momentum. He's all the way back up to 11th, but he's gotten that nickname in the Truck Series, the Silent Killer, once again. He like Griffin Deere, and we talked about John Dart, also just incredibly consistent year to date. So Ogletree, in our 5 races so far, he's finished in the top 10 in all 5 of those races. He has yet to get a win so far this year. He's got 3 top 5s, but so far one of only 2 drivers who has yet to finish outside of the top 10 so far this season. So I expect to see him continue to climb up through this field as the race progresses. We also have, we talked a little bit about Kyle Kendall here. Kyle in the number 16 car, also a member of Kitties and Beer Racing. I've had a good chance to get to know Kyle a little bit as we race together and hang out in our team chat during those races. Had a good time. Congratulations to him on, I think, a 3rd place run last night. So solid run for him. Then back behind them, we've got Brandon Hare, no doubt racing tired as he has about a 3-week-old baby at home now. So continue to extend congratulations to him and the entire Hare family as they celebrate that baby girl. Do you want to call out to Sam Burkhall in that Fanatics number 77 machine? He has taken it to the pits. Not sure if that is just an unscheduled pit stop or what is happening there. Don't see any incidents with that car to speak of. Just looks like he entered the pits. So we'll see if we can get info on that. Much too early to be pitting for either tires or fuel at this point in the game. So as we're sitting at about 35 laps in, typical fuel run here is going to be about 60, around 60 laps, give or take. So, yeah, a little bit early for him to be making a scheduled pit stop here, unless and he's been in there for quite a while now. So he might be either dealing with some damage or preparing to call it a night. We'll try to get some information there about Sam in that 77 machine. Meanwhile, back at the front, we have Colin Lewis in the 67. He started 4th place tonight, but again, want to give him a shout out. His very first race with this league was last week at Charlotte. He led a ton of laps in the early goings of the race. In fact, looking at... actually don't have his stats where I can pull them up quickly because he is so new. So we will get some of his stats added so that we can talk about them. He did have to back out of that race early on, but just led a ton of laps last week in that race at Charlotte. So excited to see what he can do today, if he can run a clean race and not have any issues like he did last week. It looks like we just saw the 10 car Stephen Parker maybe get into the wall just a little bit. We're going to ride on the in car with him and see if we can see Colin Lewis, that car in his windshield, get just a little bit smaller. So we're going to ride along with him real quick and see a little bit about that line he's taking, see if we can hear him saving any fuel. We'll do this from time to time, especially as the race goes on. Where we'll check in to hear if maybe that driver is clutching or if they're doing anything to really fight for fuel savings early on in the race. See, it looks like Parker's taking a much lower line entering the turns. He did in 3 and 4 there. He did again in 1 and 2 this lap. Let's see if he does again. And he does. So, yeah, that low line, wrapping it right around that white paint against the apron is where he feels like he is finding speed. He's only, he's maintained his gap, right, by about 0.6, 0.7. So it's not growing at an alarming rate, but he's managing it. But definitely wants to catch up, and he thinks that, I guess, that lower line is how he's going to do it. Definitely keep some clean air on the nose as he gets closer to the leader, too. As the leader, Colin Lewis, he is using that middle line where he's able to carry a little bit more momentum. But you see, he actually comes all the way down the track that time, and that time it was Lewis with a very low exit. And yeah, with that low exit, looks like Lewis did lose a little bit of momentum, and he is now only 0.3 ahead of Stephen Parker, who you gotta believe wants to get to that back bumper and make a pass. And it looks like he might be close here, looking to poke that nose to the inside of the 67 machine. We're going to keep a close eye on this race here, because it looks like, yes, he is going to get a nose to the inside. Is he going to be able to complete a pass here? The 67 clears him as they come out of turn 4, just 7 to go in the stage. Stephen Parker had to miss a couple races. You know that those a stage win here, those 5 bonus points that you get for winning a stage, would help him tremendously in his efforts to close that gap back up after having to miss a race. So you got to think here, with 7 to go, coming to 6 to go in the stage, that he's going to race for about everything he's worth here to try to get the lead over the 67. As the 67, just started with us last week. Doubtful. Don't know if he plans on racing for points the entire season, or if he did, if he would, have a chance to catch up here. So we'll keep a close eye on this, though, and see if he can get past the 67 for these bonus points. The 10's going to dive down to the inside now as they go through turns 3 and 4. As they come down the front stretch, those 67 is able to gap them just a little bit. So what we're seeing here is the 10 using this lower line. He's able to get a nose just to the inside of Colin Lewis, but as they exit the turn, because Lewis is using this higher line through the turns, he's able to carry a little bit more momentum off corner exit. He's able to use up just a little bit more of that racetrack and able to accelerate and get his nose back out ahead of Stephen Parker in the 10. So he's opened that gap up now to a few car lengths with just 4 laps to go here in the stage. Friendly reminder, we do not have a caution flag during this stage. It will just be the end of the stage. So 3 to go here in the stage. We'll award those points. And again, no caution. We'll continue racing. Do you want to call out real quick? Looks like Sam Burkall in that 77, he has made his way back out onto the track. So still not sure what was going on with that Fanatics machine. We will see if we can get some information. He is now 9 laps down from the leader. Definitely seems to be battling an ill-handling race car here in the closing laps of the first stage. 10 car now right up against that back bumper of Colin Lewis in the 67. He's going to get a nose to the inside of that machine one more time. He pulls up alongside. They're now neck and neck in the exit of the turn. They go down the front stretch. They take 1 to go here in the stage. And Steven, it looks like, he had half a car length on him there before that acceleration on that outside line was able to do him in. But you notice here the 10 was able to stay inside of the 67 the whole way down the backstretch, and that's what puts him in position. A big slide job here from the 10. So that momentum that we were talking about earlier still played a key factor there. Stephen Parker able to take home the stage win, 5 bonus points to that 10 car. You see the 67, though, Colin Lewis, he gets right back to that back bumper. He may not have been a huge fan of that slide job from the 10. 10 cutting off a lot of momentum from the 67 as he moved up the track. 67 had a huge close rate, but the 10 car cut him off there big time on corner exit. So your stage winner, who's going to get some stage points, that is the 10 car of Stephen Parker. Stage points will also be paid to Colin Lewis, Jackson Wade, John Dart, and Miguel Rodriguez, who rounds out the top 5 at the end of the stage. Right behind Miguel, though, don't look now, making his way up through the field. That's the 94 of Cameron Sarton. He had to start in the back today because he is top 2 in points, and to help level out the playing field here at the Premier Sim Racing Alliance, we do have our top 2 in points start in the back of the field for these races, just to kind of level things out a little bit, give some guys who are behind a chance to get caught up. But it looks like Cameron's not going to want to give too much of a chance here, as he is already knocking on the door of the top 5, just 54 laps into this 200 lap race. So making his way up to the front, kind of as expected here. We're not calling anything before it's done, but he has shown that he's got a lot of speed in that number 94 Toyota. So we'll keep a close eye as he continues to make his way up to the front. Coming to complete lap 55 here. We've got 146 laps to go here in the race. So we are going to go ahead and let you enjoy the sights and sounds of iRacing here for just a few minutes while we wait for these green flag pit stops that are about to start. We're going to crank it up on the sound and crank it down on the volume of Chris. And you guys can just listen in until green flag pit stops start. Going to go grab a glass of water and we'll be right back. Stay with us as we crank it up. All right, get ready to crank it back down. We're going to start talking again because we just saw Colin Lewis, who has had a great start so far to this race, kind of eat the inside wall a little bit. Not something that we expected to see. So tough break for him. Meanwhile, John Dart is out in the lead. So far now we have seen Stephen Parker, Jackson Wade, Kyle Kendall, and Devin Benoit all in the pits. Colin Lewis already pitted. But had some issues that you may have seen while he was entering the pits. We're gonna go back and see if we can take a look at that. So here's that 67 machine. Cooks him a little bit too. Oh no, he hits the water barrels. He Larsons it and bounces off into the inside wall of the pits. It looked like it blew his engine there, and he had to tow. And I got to tell you, that's going to be a few minutes of towing. So that's going to be really tough. What a tough break there for Colin Lewis in that 67 machine. Hate to see that for him. Another week where he has a very strong opening to the race and then runs into some issues early. And it does look that like, he's not battling for points. He's out here for a win or nothing. So it looks like he has chosen to go ahead and call it a night. He is going to go ahead and back out of the race. So one of our top contenders for the race win tonight already calling it an early evening here at Iowa. So now in the pits, we've got James Jackson in the 29. We've also got Cameron Arndt into 3 and Brandon Hare in the 18 all pitting together. So that's going to take the top 3 now. It is a Ghost Racing 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. They come into the pits. Oh, a little bit of excitement there for Cameron Sarton, but he tidies it up as they enter the pits. That's going to take Travis Dart in the 11, their teammate. He's going to be in the lead. Behind him is the 27 of Jared Ogletree. Running in second, about 2 seconds back. Not who you see right here in this shot. That is the 60 of Devin Benoit, who has fresher tires. Ooh, the 27 of Ogletree had a little bit of excitement on pit entry too. Man, pit entries catching some guys by surprise here today. But Travis and Jared both down pit lane, and that should cycle the lead back out to the number 10 machine of Stephen Parker. So it looks like between laps about 65 and 69 is where everybody pitted. 62 is where the very first car pitted. So we will note that. 62 seems to be kind of on the early end of the pit window. And it looks like the latest pitters pitted about lap 69. Okay, yeah, lap 68 and 69 were the last pitters pitted. So running it long were Dart and Ogletree, which means these leaders, they had fresh tires for a few extra laps over those guys. That's going to give them a little bit of a tire advantage for those few laps. So Ogletree and Benoit, because they ran it as long as they did, say the same for Travis Dart, because they ran it as long as they did, might have impacted their current running position just because they were out on older tires while these leaders had brand new tires and had just come out of the pits. So Stephen Parker is going to be back to the lead in second place. That 69 machine of Jackson Wade. I want to talk a little bit about Jackson here. Jackson has been pretty dominant in a lot of the races in our truck series. This is, I think, the first race that Jackson has done with the Premier Series. Obviously has a ton of speed. He started on the outside pole here today. He has joined us every now and again here for commentary, and I think adds just a wonderful bit of perspective and racing knowledge to the booth. But he touched base with me this afternoon and said, I think I'd rather be racing tonight, and I will never stop somebody from racing. So I said, go on and have at it. let's see. Looks like some additional issues for Sam Burkall. This might have gotten past me here. Looks like a few laps ago, Sam Burkall actually may have had an incident there. So we're going to take a look and see what may have happened to the 77 that took his bad night to worse. Oh, yeah, he gets bad loose coming out of turn 2. He brings it to a complete stop there on the apron. He's well down off of the groove, gets it going again, and gets back underway. But yeah, definitely continuing to have some handling issues for that car this evening. So was able to get it all back together, and he's going again. So we're glad to see that, and he's still in the race with us. But not the night that he was looking for in that machine. Back to what we were talking about with Sam Burkall. Yeah, Sam has with Jackson Wade. Jackson's done some commentary with us here in the Premier Series. But if you're tuning into these races and you are not tuning into those Truck Series races on Tuesday nights, not only can you see yours truly finish, hopefully near the top 10, but you can also see Jackson out there really showing what he's got in those trucks on Wednesday nights. Meanwhile, right behind him, racing for the 3rd position, we've got John Dart getting around the 72 of Miguel Rodriguez. So Dart, again, he has had the best average finish of any driver in the Premier Series. His average finish, and I can't stress this enough, in spite of not winning a race yet, which is the kind of one of the crazy things to think about this. In spite of not winning a race yet, his average finish is 1.8. So he's got a lot of second place finishes. That math don't math, does it? No, it doesn't. And I know why it doesn't. So that is not his average finish. Apologies for that. We're going to get that corrected here and see if we can get y'all some updates on some of those average finishes. Because as I looked at that, I was like, hold on, that math's not right. So not only do we need to talk to the guys on the booth about the graphics, we need to talk to our statisticians about some of these stats, because that one wasn't it. So yeah, his actual average finish is 3.4. So that actually takes our best average finish, is currently a tie between Griffin Deere and Cameron Sarton. Of course, Griffin not here tonight as he prepares to take the plunge into holy matrimony. So very excited for him. All right. Now we are watching the 94 of John Dart the 94 of Cameron Sarton start to work over his teammate. John Dart in the 93. It looks like 93 is not going to fight him too hard there. He's going to go on and let the 94 by, try to fall in line behind them. And I do want to say I got a quick update, very belated. This was about 20 minutes ago from Sam. He did have to do some repairs in the 77. So he had 3 minutes of repairs from smacking the wall coming out of turn 4 earlier on in the race. So that was the reason why he lost all of those laps in the early goings, and then had an unfortunate spin there coming out of turn 2 just a few minutes ago, put him a little bit further down. Still running in the race, and some attrition might move him up through the standings. He's already passed the 67 of Colin Lewis, who had to drop out of this race early. So we'll see if that attrition continues to benefit him as this race continues. We're going to keep a close eye on Cameron Sarton. Actually, want to take a look here and compare some lap times between what Jackson Wade and Cameron Sarton are doing. So as we look over the last several laps, yeah, it looks like Cameron Sarton running on average about a tenth of a lap faster. Now, Sarton was side by side with his teammate there for a pass on 83, might have slowed him down a little bit. We're going to see here what happens on lap 85. We see Jackson Wade's run a 25, just about a 25 flat, 25.080 on that lap, and actually 0.003 of a second faster that time was Cameron Sarton. So he's got a little bit of speed on the car in front of him. Looks like he may have had a slip on lap 85, as it looks like John Dart was faster than him that lap as well, as you see, by a just under a tenth of a second. So we'll keep a close eye on this as they come back around to the start finish line and see if it looks like the dominant car so far this season, Cameron Sarton, is able to run down Jackson Wade, who is, I believe, making his first start with our Premier Series tonight. Do want to let y'all know we're going to be pulling him up into the booth at some point tonight. Going to try to wait on a caution flag, but if it doesn't look like we're going to get one, he did volunteer to be our in-race reporter, so we may pull him up under green here, but certainly not while he's trying to run down the leader. Don't want to distract him in that endeavor as you see him get past the 60 car of Devin Benoit, putting Benoit one lap down. Devin is going to join Brandon Hare as one lap down. So currently Benoit is in that lucky dog position. He's got a solid lead on Brandon, though, who is about 15 seconds back from Devin. So should be in good position to get the lucky dog should we see a caution flag come out. I know someone who doesn't want to see a caution flag come out. That's Steven Parker. After having to be away for a couple of weeks, he has now built his lead back over to 0.6 of a second. He currently has a 10-second lead over Cameron Sarton, who is in the third position, and John Dart, who's back in fourth. So he's got to be thinking, if we can keep the Corn on the Cob 200 green the whole way, he's got to be feeling like he's in good shape for this race with those really, really fast cars so far back behind him. Going to check in on those lap times again. Yeah, big difference there. Look at lap 90. So Sarton was able, so this is Cameron Sarton's lap times on bottom. He is in third place, trying to run down second place Jackson Wade. He was 0.2 of a second faster on lap 90, just under a tenth of a second faster on 91. And then, lost everything he gained on 91 on 92. So, he seems to be closing the gap a little bit and then losing it again. So just kind of part of that yo-yo effect that we've seen as you see they come by the slow car of Sam Burkall. Sam's had a rough night tonight. Definitely not the evening he was looking for here at Iowa, but doing the right thing, trying to stay out of the way of these leaders so they can race it out. So I appreciate the good sportsmanship there. Sorry the night's not going your way, but good to keep it from impacting anyone else. Oh, we see Wade. They're actually brushing the outside wall after exiting turn 4, getting out onto the front stretch. So quick brush there, but doesn't seem to slow him down too much. He's going to continue on probably a 0x scrape there. Didn't look like it was too bad. Steven Parker now extending that lead to just over 1 second over second place Jackson Wade. Taking a look a little bit further back in the pack, I want to call out James Jackson did get around his teammate Miguel Rodriguez. That looked like that was just about a lap or so ago, and we just missed it. But yeah, he was able to get around the 72. Looks like the 72 might have lost a little bit of pace here. Not sure if Miguel is maybe going a little bit too hard on this set of tires early on in the run. Maybe there's a difference in their tires coming out of the pits there, but Yeah, definitely a little bit of a gap built up behind his teammate James Jackson in the 29. Behind him, Travis Dart in the 11. We saw him run long earlier, a little bit longer than his competitors. He's made his way back up to 7th. Behind him, we've got Cameron Arndt in the 3. Kyle Kendall behind him in the 16, and Ogletree behind them in the 27, rounding out your top 10. Also, all 10 cars currently on the lead lap. We're going to go about a half a lap back here to take a look at your leader, Stephen Parker, and there is just clean air out in front of that number 10 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. He has kind of set sail at this point. He has got that lead right around 9/10 of a second. Seems to be working to maintain it right at about 1 second over Jackson Wade behind him. Jackson, no doubt, giving it everything he's got. Yeah, brushes the wall on the exit of 4 there again. Yeah, really working hard to get that 96 car up to the 10 of Stephen Parker. He has closed that gap just a little bit in spite of brushing the wall. Sometimes brushing the wall on the exit of 4 makes you go faster. Just ask Ross Chastain, who did more than brush the wall in 3 and 4 at Martinsville a few years back. No contact with the wall this time for Broadcast Jackson, for Wade Jackson. He has been doing broadcast with me, so forgot that was his name here. So kind of funny to see that on there. Also see that his number is showing as 196 in the telemetry. Obviously number 96 for our purposes. Riding along with your leader, Stephen Parker, just kind of comparing the lines of these two cars. We talked about this a little bit earlier, how it looked like Parker was running a little bit of a higher line. Not this time. He is all the way down on that white line, taking his left tires all the way down just about on the apron in order to get that car to turn through the corner. And you hear he's not fully back on that throttle until about halfway through. Let me pull up a dashboard here so you can see what I'm seeing and see some of these different lap times. So you see him accelerating here, gets all the way up to about 149 miles an hour. He's going to slow up here. He's going to ease back onto the throttle. And he is fully back on the throttle. I'd say maybe 50, 100 feet before the start-finish line. So, yeah, he is really babying that throttle to get that car cleanly through the turns, and it is working for him as he has now opened it up to a 1.1 second lead over second place Jackson Wade. In fact, he's also built out his lead over Cameron Sarton in the 94. We talked about the speed that 94 car has had so far this season. Parker has built the lead up over the 94 car now to over 11 seconds, now almost 12 seconds over Cameron Sarton. So definitely a lot of speed in that 10 car here tonight, even after being away for a couple of weeks. Not a ton of ring rust on him, or not a ton of rust on him. Sorry, ring rust, using a pro wrestling fandom term there. Sam Burkall doing a call out, went back into the pits. Might be a fuel stop or tire stop at this point in the run after what we saw earlier and some of those incidents that he had. So we will look to see him back out on the track. He is back out on the track, likely with some fresh tires there. So good on him to stay with it and see this race through to the finish. We are also going to see the race through to the finish here in the broadcast booth. We're going to step away here for just a moment for a fresh drink of water and take a little break. We normally do this during caution laps, but we haven't had one yet. 107 laps in, over halfway through this 200 lap race. So we're going to crank it up again, let the camera kind of run itself here, and let you guys hear some of the sights and sounds of iRacing here at the Corn on the Cob 200 on PSRA TV. We're going to crank it up. We'll give you a little warning before I come back in with my voice. All right, crank it down. I'm about to start talking again as we have green flag pit stops underway here around lap 128. Saw a couple of drivers already take it to the pits. We've got the excuse me. Let's see. We have Stephen Parker in the 10 has pitted. Jackson Wade pitted, as did Brandon Hare. All brought those machines to the attention of their crews. I believe Kyle Kendall did too. So let me take a look at just the pits here, and I'll let you all know what we ended up with. So you are now with our leader, Cameron Sarton, who has come back out, who has now inherited the lead. He's running a little bit longer. He is about to go a lap down here. Or, I'm sorry, he is about to be raced by Stephen Parker, who's going to get his lap back the hard way. Remember, Stephen was your leader at the beginning of this pit cycle. So we're going to pull up some pit cycle information here. We talked a little bit earlier about the boys in the booth getting out over their skis. Well, let's get out over our skis again and take a look at this pit cycle and see exactly what we've got here. So last time Stephen Parker pitted, there you go, lap 126. You had Jackson Wade pit on 127. So our first two takers for pits. So you got to think at 126 and 127, we saw people make it 69 laps on fuel. That's going to be cutting it close. Maybe they think they can clutch it real hard and save gas and make it all the way from here, but that's going to be cutting it close for them to make it all the way. The next person to come on down to the pits, that is going to be Miguel Rodriguez. He brings the 72 machine down to the pits. He's going to get 4 fresh Goodyear tires and some Sunoco fuel in that race car. 94 car you see here now being passed by the 69. Getting his lap back now is Jackson Wade, as he is already pitted and has fresh tires. So put those that have pitted as Parker, Wade, Kendall, Rodriguez, and Benoit. Benoit now gets back by Brandon Hare, who, by the way, had not pitted earlier, is just and maybe had some issues earlier and is a little bit off pace this evening. So that is why Brandon was there. He has now pitted, though, and he is going to come back out in the 11th position is Brandon Hare, and he's going to come by the 93 of John Dart right as John Dart gets ready to come on down to the pits, and he does, bringing that 93 machine on down. So it looks like he is the first member of Ghost Racing to bring their machine down to pit road. Cameron Sarton, Travis Dart, both still out on the track. Remember, this team, they pitted on, you can see here, laps 67 and 68. Ogletree pitted on 68 as well. So they might be trying to run it a little bit longer, so they're not cutting it as close at the end of the race as maybe some of these other guys are on their pits, so or on their fuel rather. So we will keep a close eye on when those next drivers bring their cars down to pit lane. Here's Cameron Sarton here giving up the lead to bring that 94 machine down. That's the first time he's led tonight after starting in the back of the pack. It has been a dogfight to get that 94 car up through the field. He's done a pretty decent job. Ogletree is going to stay out and lead a lap. Now he's going to bring the 27 down to pit lane. Once again, has a little bit, well, I don't think he had an issue earlier. We saw a few guys earlier have an issue, just barely gets to nose that machine inside the barrels as he brings it down to pit road. That's going to take the lead back up to Stephen Parker, who has already pitted. So he pitted on lap 126. So 12 lap old tires now is what he's going to be running on when Ogletree comes out. When we look at Cameron Sarton just pitted on 136. So Sarton, even though he is going to be, 19 seconds back from the leader, he's on 10 laps younger tires. So see if he's going to be able to close that gap. Looking back at this battle for the lead here, looks like Jackson Wade through that pit cycle, was able to get right back up on Stephen Parker in the 10. We see some side-by-side racing right behind them. That's Travis Dart getting by. Second place, Jackson Wade. What am I doing? Apologies. That's Kyle Kendall in the 16 car, right behind the 10 of Stephen Parker. Sometimes when you get to these shorter tracks and these lap cars and the lead lap cars are all mixed in together, it's easy to lose track of who's who. So I missed that one. Jackson Wade sitting behind these two lap cars that are separating him from the leader. He's at about 1.4 seconds behind the leader. Let's see. That's Travis Dart in the 11 car. Remember, he came in with his other teammates from Ghost Racing, so he is on about 10 lap fresher tires. He's going to get around the 10 car here and get his lap back, or I guess I should say, get his lap back. So put the 11 car in 6th place now on the tail end of the lead lap. Ahead of him, his brother John Dart by about 5 seconds. He is about 5 seconds ahead of Travis in the 93 car. All these guys running, 2/3 of a lap behind our leader at this point, Stephen Parker, likely a result of him kind of getting the jump on them and pitting early on that first pit cycle. Those other guys stayed out a little bit longer, might have been a detriment to their lap times. But again, keeping a close eye on this number 94 car of Cameron Sarton. He's already closed that lead down to under 16 seconds. We have a full 55 laps of this race left to go. It could be that in those 55 laps, he's able to close this gap on those slightly fresher tires in that number 94 car. In fact, let's take a look at, if we ride along here with Jackson Wade, we can compare. We're going to ride along with him for just a few minutes while we compare those lap times between him and Cameron Sarton in the car behind him. So we're going to pull that up and see. So Cameron Sarton is currently running 0.7, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6 of a second faster than Jackson Wade. Now, this is not knocking Jackson for not having a fast race car and being a skilled driver. Speaking of which, as he gets loose there on the corner exit and gathers it up without losing too much time, remarkably. He is on a little bit older tires than Sarton, who's currently riding in 3rd. So no knocks against Jackson here. Just fresher tires are helping Cameron run him, and no doubt the leader as well, the whole field down. So let's ride along with Cameron. You see about a half a lap back from the leaders. That's a full 14-second gap that he's closed it up now. But he is in clean air. There's nobody ahead of him right now getting in his way. There's nobody cutting off his nose or putting him too wide or blocking his path right now. He's got pretty smooth sailing in front of him. Stephen Parker does too, but he's got some lap cars with fresher tires breathing down his neck that might give him a hard time here in the not so distant future. You see Jared Ogletree there in the 27, Kyle Kendall in the 16. Both of those Kitties and Beer Racing teammates currently one lap down to the leader, looking to race their way back onto the lead lap. So while the 10 car is dealing with all this, take a look at the gap back to 2nd and 3rd place. It is down to 0.4 of a second now to the 96 of Jackson Wade, as he is right behind the 72 Miguel Rodriguez there. So 2 cars between them, and there for a second only about 2 car lengths at that. We'll continue to keep a close eye on this battle. Do want to take a quick look back to the race between John Dart and James Jackson. Looks like Dart was just able to get past him for position, so move Dart up into 4th position. John here, he was let's see, James Jackson, he pitted on lap 133. If we move up to John Dart, looks like he pitted on lap 135. Only 2 laps difference in those tires might be making a huge difference here on the track. Speaking of which, though, Cameron Sarton, let's take a look here. He pitted on lap 136. Compare that to Jackson on 127. So 9 lap fresher tires, and Jackson Wade and the leader Stephen Parker now dealing with just a host of lap traffic here. So gotta believe we're going to continue to see that lead shrink for these guys up here towards the front. Fresher tires, no lapped cars to contend with for the 14. For the 94. He's won 4 out of 5 races so far. You know, he'd love to make it 5 out of 6. We're going to keep a close eye up here on the lead, though. Look at all of this traffic. If I am the 10 car, I am just not thrilled about this. So we saw earlier Ogletree and Travis Dart get past him to get their lap back the hard way. So Travis Dart has now made his way all the way around, almost within 1 second of James Jackson in that 29. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Travis Dart absolutely putting up some lap times, though. In fact, let's take a look here on our leaderboard. We're going to swap it over to show you the last lap time of these cars. And we're going to keep it on this for just a few minutes as you see the 72 Miguel Rodriguez get around the 10 car. That's going to bring Jackson Wade in second place right up to the back bumper of Stephen Parker. We see him disappear a little bit. He's had some connectivity issues, got a lot going on in his internet, but he's able to stay in the race. But if you see him blink, don't worry. He sticks around even when that happens. So let's see. We've got the looking back here. Yeah. So last lap, Cameron Sarton, you see right there in third place, he put down a 24.94. That was the fastest lap that time through. Other than Jared Ogletree was a close second with 29.94. Let's see what they do this time. Cameron again with a 29.92. 24.92. Once again, the fastest car out on the racetrack. The only one under 25 seconds per lap presently. So, Cameron Sarton is coming for the top 2 here. He's got about 42 laps to do it. Meanwhile, we talked about, and I don't want to cut to this because we got a battle for the lead here between Jackson Wade, who's now on the outside of Stephen Parker, your leader. Don't want to cut away from that, but do want to call out that we did have a change of position a little bit further back. We talked about how quickly Travis Dart was catching up to the 29 of James Jackson. He was able to get back around him. But here, can we see potentially Jackson Wade get around the 10 car of Stephen Parker? Stephen's led so many laps here tonight. Can Jackson get around him here, pass him for the lead with about 40 laps to go? We took a look at everybody else's tires, and I can't remember off the top of my head, so we're going to cheat and see when these guys pitted last. Parker last pitted on 126, Jackson Wade on 127. So these tires are going to be about dead equal. So we will see really who's preserved their tires, in the 30 or so laps since that pit stop, who has weathered all of this lap traffic, maintained their equipment, made sure not to overdo it, to see if they have what it takes to be able to take the lead here in the late goings. Right now you see the 10 car right behind the 72 of Miguel Rodriguez, who is fighting for his life to stay on the lead lap here, as he was able to get up and around to get his lap back the hard way. Might have used up his equipment doing that to get back on the lead lap. So we'll see if he is able to build a gap between himself and the leader right behind him anytime soon. Or if the 10 car can get around him. You got to think the 10's frustrated with this. I know So each of these drivers, if you've never played iRacing and you're just watching this race, maybe you're a friend or family member or one of the drivers here, or just stumbled across our stream here tonight, each one of these drivers, they have a display in their car, not too different from what we're looking at here on the left, where it shows the gaps in seconds and tenths of a seconds to the cars behind and in front of you, so you know where you're running in the field. So you got to know the number 10 car, he sees that gap back to the 94 shrinking. I guarantee you he's been keeping close tabs on that through this race. So got to believe he's ready to get past the 72 car and move on with leading this race. But I'm not so convinced Miguel's holding him up here. He's got that Mustang wound up pretty high here, staying on the lead lap right in front of the leader. I'm not convinced that he's holding him up. Let's take a look at those lap times again. This time I want to take a look at what the 72 car of Miguel Rodriguez has been doing, because he is racing for something here. It is significant to be on the lead lap. Should a caution flag come out, you know, this is going to put him in position to get up here and maybe even mix it up and race for a win if some stuff happens. You don't want to have to depend on the lucky dog. Oh, we see the 69 car get into the wall out of turn 4 there again. That's something consistent for him. He's really pushing it on the exit of the corner, giving it everything he's got to try to catch up to the 10 car. And so far hasn't quite been able to do it, but has found that outside wall a couple of times here as he is getting through turn 4. Let's see if he does it again here. He takes it all the way to the wall, but doesn't quite make contact that time in that 69 machine. So I'm sorry, in that 96 machine. Oh, yeah, that is confusing. It's 196 versus 69. Okay, cool. He is number 69 in the truck series. We're going to, and his car says number 69 on the side, so we're going to call him that. I know it says 196 in the ticker, but in our points and scoring, he's number 69. So we'll get that fixed up before the next race. In the meantime, not concerned about his car number. He's more interested in being number 1 in this race. He has stayed hot on the heels of your leader, Steven Parker. Gotta wonder what he's doing to save some fuel here, too. We're going to ride along with both of these guys here for a second and see if we can suss out if they are having to save in order to save fuel here. So we're going to go on board first with your leader. And what we're listening for here is, as he gets in the corner, a lot of these guys, if they feel like they're going to be cutting it close on fuel, they're going to be clutching, meaning they're pushing in the clutch to bring that car all the way down to basically like 100 RPMs, basically like the car is idling through the corners when they're not actively accelerating in order to save some fuel. Doesn't appear that Parker is doing that. He pitted on lap 126. We saw some guys make it 69 laps on a tank of fuel earlier. So pitting on lap 126, he should have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. He's got 29 laps here to see if he can do it. Meanwhile, he's built up that gap behind Jackson Wade in that 69 car, who is now about 0.7 of a second back from the first place car of Steven Parker. It looks like Steven's about to run into some more lap traffic here, though, so could be beneficial to Jackson as well as Cameron, who is still running back in the 3rd position. He's kind of leveled out his gains, by the way. Last time we checked in on the gap to the number 94 of Cameron Sarton from the leader, it was about 8.2 seconds, and y'all, it stayed about 8 seconds to this very second. So some of those gains that he was making on this lead pack here on the 69 of Jackson Wade and the 10 of Steven Parker, some of those gains have abated as he is getting a little bit further into this tire run, that advantage a little bit less. He still has a ton of speed in that car, but now that you see Wade here, he's got a clean track ahead of him. He's not racing with a bunch of lap cars like he was before, so that's going to be likely a big boon to his lap times here and being able to maintain those gaps back to third place. Ooh, we see Rodriguez take it very high up into the turn that time. Not sure if maybe he was just trying to let Brandon go there. They're not racing for anything here. Brandon's 2 laps down. Miguel's 1 lap down. He's currently sitting in that lucky dog position that we talked about. Kyle Kendall is a full 3.5 seconds behind him. So not likely that he is going to catch up to him if Miguel can maintain, if he keeps that 3-second gap for that lucky dog should a caution come out. Now Miguel is doing what we were talking about earlier. So Miguel, he pitted on lap 132. So he should have plenty of fuel to make it the rest of the way, still clutching it hard as he goes down into the corner. Seems to be very much in fuel saving mode, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Meanwhile, back at the front, Stephen Parker in the 10 car. Remember, he pitted on lap 126. It's about a 60 lap fuel run here. We're running a 175 lap race. So he should be good to go the rest of the way here. That's only about 50 laps. You can run, 60. We saw 69, as many as 69 earlier in the race, so he should have plenty of fuel. Miguel should have plenty of fuel, still clutching it, I guess, just to be on the safe side there. Checking in here on Jackson Wade in that 69 car. He is kind of maintained that gap of just shy of 1 second back from leader Stephen Parker, since he was able to clear himself of some of the lap traffic as well. We know he's given it everything he's got to try to get back up to that leader. We'll listen in as he dives down into turn 1. Gonna watch his exit of 4 here too. We saw him get into the wall and exit. Oh, he drifts up the track a little bit. Looks like his car is feeling a little tight on entry. Yeah, he lost a ton of time there. Not sure what happened to Jackson in turns 3 and 4 there, but yeah, he lost about half a second. He gets down on the apron a little bit into 1 and 2, still losing speed. Huge loose on the exit of 2. So had a little bit of a slip up, might be trying to get back in the groove of things as he gets passed by the 2 lap down car of Brandon Hare. Brandon does have fresher tires, so no disrespect to the speed in that number 18 car, but he was able to get around Jackson pretty easily there. Jackson also clutching it in the turns. He wasn't at first when he joined him, but now you see those RPMs dropping all the way down to 200 RPM. So he is definitely trying to save some fuel there. So we're going to take a look at some of these pits here and remind us exactly when they happened. Man, it is helping him gain on that 10 car as we see the 10 now also passed by that lap down car of Brandon Hare. He was able to get past the 72. Remember, we talked a little bit about how Rodriguez might have been holding up. We see Miguel now back behind that 69 car, 69 car of Jackson Wade. Don't look now, though. We talked a little bit about how the run of Cameron Sarton in that 3rd position, it looked like it had stalled out for a little bit, about 8 seconds back from the leader. But as the 10 car and Jackson Wade in that 69 have had to deal with these lapped cars, Cameron Sarton's now closed this gap down to 3.4 seconds. Only 15 laps to go here in the race. At Iowa, it is a very quick 15 laps, only running about 25-second laps here. So doesn't have a ton of time to get it done. He's really going to have to scoot if he wants to catch him. But if it was going to happen, having both of the guys he's racing against racing with lap traffic here has got to be to his advantage. Now 3.1 seconds back. So we've got the 10 car in the lead, currently a second and a half ahead of Jackson Wade. He's battling the 2-lap down car. I'm sorry, now 1 lap down car of Brandon Hare, who just got himself back to just 1 lap down. Behind him, you have Jackson Wade in that 69 car. He's about 2.3 seconds back now. Wow, I think he's really clutch and trying to save fuel there, or maybe just used up his stuff to get past that lapped car. He's going to fall all the way back into the clutches of, look who it is, the number 94 Toyota of Cameron Sarton. Cameron's going to come through turns 3 and 4. He's going to slide up in front of the 69. Does maybe cut off a little bit of Jackson's momentum there, but you got to see that the 94 has the speed. He's going to dive it off in and see, can he close 2.9 seconds to leader Stephen Parker with just 12 laps to go here at Iowa. He comes around, does Parker to take 11 laps to go. There are a couple of lap cars behind him. There are a couple of lap cars between him and second place now, Cameron Sarton. We're going to take a look out through the back of that number 10 Napa car. You see we have right behind him is Brandon Hare in the 18. Right behind Brandon Hare, we have Miguel Rodriguez in the 72. And you can look back from Miguel and see that number 94 car. Oh, Miguel gets up into the wall, sees he doesn't have momentum. He's going to pull down and let the 94 to his outside, but Miguel's still going to race the dog food out of him here. Miguel doesn't want to keep losing track position here, even though he's a lap down. 94 does get by him, though. He is going to put one fewer car between himself and the leader. Seeing a couple of cars come down pit road. Kyle Kendall, Devin Benoit, teammates for Kitties and Beer Racing. Looks like they may have pitted just a little bit too early last time through, as they are now coming down again. Let's take a look at some of those pit cycles and see if there is something else afoot here. Let's take a look at those full cycles. We see... Yeah, Devin Benoit, his last pit was lap 125. He's currently sitting in the pits. Kyle Kendall those numbers don't math. That's okay. We're going to back out of this real quick. But yeah, Kyle Kendall, he came down to pit what they say was lap 189. I don't think we have one of those, though. So we're going to hide this display and see if we can get some of that telemetry fixed up for next time. Meanwhile, while we were looking at that telemetry, Stephen Parker brings it down to the pits. Seems like he was going to run out of gas after all. He's going to come down and get some fuel added to that number 10 car, and that's going to cycle the lead up to the number 94 of Cameron Sarton. Remember, he stayed out a little bit later. When we look at the last time he pitted, remember, he pitted on lap 136, so it does look like he is going to have enough fuel. Again, we had about a 60-ish lap window. 69 is how far we saw some people stretch it. So we knew that pitting as early as Jackson Wade and Stephen Parker did might be an issue, since they pitted in the 120, so they're going to have to stretch it out 270-ish laps. They were clutching the heck out of it, trying to get all the way through. Did not work out. That's going to put Cameron Sarton now up to the lead. Right behind him is his teammate John Dart. He is, well, I say right behind him, he's about 4 seconds back. And about 4 seconds back from him is that third Ghost Racing driver, Travis Dart. All three of these guys pitted after lap 135. Should have plenty of fuel to make it the rest of the way, as we only have 4 laps to go. Thought I had the fuel mileage figured out there, so sorry to the fans watching if I misled you a little bit. I thought our guys had plenty of fuel here to make it the rest of the way. Clearly not the case for Jackson Wade or Stephen Parker, who had to come down and pit and get some fuel here very late in the going, putting them now back into 7th and 8th position. one lap down to your leader, Cameron Sarton. What can we say about Cameron Sarton that hasn't already been said? As he takes 2 laps to go here, he has put on a speed clinic in so many races that we have done. Not just speed though. Here tonight, seeing that he can beat out the competition with strategy too, as he was able to hold out on that last pit stop. Everybody else came down in the pits wanting to get that tire advantage. He waited it out, ran a little bit longer by about 11 laps, made sure he had enough fuel to make it the rest of the way, and he does. So as he takes the white flag, the 94 car of Cameron Sarton, he's going to bring it down into turns 3 and 4 one final time. Coming out of turn 4 across the start finish line, Cameron Sarton, he has now won 5 out of 6. He has won the Corn on the Cob 200 here at Iowa Speedway. Congratulations to that number 94 car. As we look back, John Dart finishes second, Travis Dart in third. Look who puts another top 5 on his list. That's Jared Ogletree finishing in 4th position. James Jackson brings it home 5th. It looks like Stephen Parker was able to make it around Miguel Rodriguez to bring his car home in the 6th position. Miguel was 7th. Jackson Wade's going to bring it home 8th, and Cameron Sarton is going to burn it down. Big win for the number 94 car, a 1-2-3 finish for Ghost Racing. That's why you see all 3 of these teammates out here doing their burnouts. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to try to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to see if we can get all 3 members of Ghost Racing to join us here in the booth. We're going to pop in and see if we can interview all 3 members after just a heck of a run by these Ghost Racing cars. So excellent job to this team. Give us just a moment here. We're going to see if we can get them in the booth to talk with us. Team Ghost Racing, this is Chris here in the booth. Listen, I wanted to interview one of you, but with the 1-2-3 finish, I felt like the right thing to do is just to hop in here and talk to all 3 of you. Guys, what a finish. You know, there for a little bit, I thought your competitors up ahead of you were going to have enough fuel, and frankly, y'all are kind of running them down anyway. But the fuel strategy there is your competitors ran out, had to get down to the pits, sealed the deal for Ghost Racing. So just want to talk first to our winner, Cameron Sarton. 5 out of 6 races now. Did you see this race coming 60 laps ago? Did you see this win coming 60 laps ago?
Unfortunately, I did about 60 laps ago.
I guess it was almost exactly 60 laps ago, right? Yeah, give or take.
Thanks to the Dart brothers. They're great crew chiefs, so I would have probably just gone if I didn't have them early on. But it was just be patient, and we just saved fuel basically the entire time so we could go at the end. And 1, 2, 3.
Wow, yeah, 1-2-3 finish. You know, we've seen some 1s and 2s, some 1-2 finishes from Ghost Racing. I think this is our first 1-2-3, so a big night for the team here. Want to take it to the Dart brothers. So you guys were kind of the brains behind the operation tonight. It sounded like giving some crew chief advice. So questions this to either John or Travis, whoever wants to speak up and answer. Which one of you really has the smarts when it comes to that fuel strategy?
Kind of a combination. John kind of puts in the practice and lets us know, and then I kind of just do the math and let them know, and then we kind of all just run it and keep just communicating throughout the race about like where we're at on fuel and whatnot, and if that's good or not.
Right on. Well, yeah, y'all did a really great job today, finishing 1, 2, and 3. Well, I asked Cameron this question. I got to ask y'all. I kind of gave Cameron an easy one, with 60 laps. 100 laps ago at lap 100, did you guys see a 1-2-3 finish happening for Ghost Racing tonight?
I think it was at the first pit stop when we see where everyone's pitting and how fast they're running.
Gotcha.
We had a general idea what we're dealing with, and then after that second run, we weren't worried about them.
Oh,
Yeah,
strong
as long
words.
as
That's
no,
awesome.
as long as no caution came out, of course.
Yeah,
A caution
of
would have
course.
caution would have just but like John said, it's not really because of the speed either. It's just because they were just running too fast and didn't think about fuel. That's really the only reason why. They had good speed, both of those two up front.
Yeah, they had great speed, and yeah, they did run it out of gas. I had some questions when they pitted as early as they did, but you guys were able to get it done. And tonight, Cameron, you from the very back of the pack, I was keeping tabs on you throughout the whole race. I expected to see a race your way up towards the front. What was your experience like now for the second week in a row, bringing it up from the tail end of the pack with our end of the line start for our points leaders?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Definitely teaches you patience. So luckily, you've been to a couple tracks where passing's pretty or relatively easy. Next week at a road course is not going to be as frequent, I guess, and making a pass, I could be 30 seconds behind the next guy. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully it goes well. But it's fun.
Well, great run for all three of you guys. Congratulations to Ghost Racing for the 1-2-3 finish. Do want to let you know, too, Cameron, that with this win and with your top competitor for the points lead, Griffin Deer, out tonight, you are absolutely solidifying your points lead in this league right now. Kind of wild to me you didn't have it before, but Griffin's been remarkably consistent, even with you winning so many of the races. But yeah, tonight, solely you are in the points lead. So what do you think the rest of the season holds for you? Can we expect to see a hold on to the points lead, say, through the road course next week?
I hope so. I don't think I've raced a road course in a O'Reilly car in probably a year, so we're gonna find out. But it used to be pretty decent. But I think we'll just keep on keeping on like we have been. So it seems to be working.
All right. Well, congratulations to you for the win, and congratulations to all three of you for the 1-2-3 finish for Ghost Racing. So I'll let the three of you close this interview out. Anything that you would like to say to anybody that might be watching or to any of your competitors?
Shout out to mom and dad for watching. Thank you for broadcast.
Heck yeah, glad to broadcast. Shout out to mom and dad for watching, and thanks for joining us tonight. So appreciate you guys. Congratulations again on all of the success, and we look forward to seeing you out here next week.
Awesome. Thanks
so much, y'all. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, that was the 1, 2, and 3 finishers of Ghost Racing. Your winner, the number 94, Cameron Sarton, second place. And I want to say second place, of the 5 wins now that Cameron has had, John Dart has been in second place for, I think, 3 or 4 of them. So just incredible consistency for this entire team. They have the speed, they have the strategy, and they are clearly making it work here in these O'Reilly cars. So congratulations to all of you for a job well done, a race well raced, a strategy well played. Gonna see if we can get any other folks in here. Now it looks like the rest of our top finishers have left. Well, we got one person here. We got Jared Ogletree from Kitties and Beer Racing. So we're going to check in with him real quick. He was able to kind of sneak through the way that only Jared can. He is oftentimes referred to as kind of Mr. Where did he come from, right? And tonight he did just that, bringing it home in 4th place after not having a very dominant run at all tonight. So gonna go and see if we can pop in and chat with Jared for a second. Hey, Jared Ogletree. Hey, Jared Ogletree. This is Chris Ellis here in the booth. Fourth place finish tonight, man. First of all, congratulations on pulling out a top 5. Did you see a top 5 coming for you tonight with about 100 laps to go?
To be honest with you, no. I was kind of settling in, and I just kind of figured if things worked out the right way, then saving fuel would be my best bet. So I kind of just hung in with that strategy, stuck in the clutch, and it worked out for me. It was really my mistake was finishing with too much fuel. I think I finished with like 5 or 6 laps of fuel left, and that's where I could have, I guess, used that a little bit earlier in the runs. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, so when did you realize, or did you realize while you were still racing, that your competitors were going to run out of gas there? Did you know they were cutting it close?
Yeah, I knew most of the time. I knew that Cameron and the Dart brothers were going to. I knew I could tell they were on the same strategy, and they were pulling away from me most of the time slowly. So kind of just watched that happen, and I was hoping maybe that they were running out, but I could see where they had pit. I think 1 or 2 laps just right before I pit, so that I knew they were on the same strategy.
Yeah, you guys pitted right around the same time, so good to see once again, kind of living up to your name. They called you the Silent Killer. I called you Mr. Where Did He Come From? I mean, you just always seem to be hanging around in the top 5 here at the end of these races. What's the secret to that? Do you think you're doing anything special here that other guys aren't picking up on yet? What's happening where you always seem to be around here at the end of these races?
Well, I mean, it's really just picking and choosing my battles when I want to use my stuff up, and just taking my time and taking care of the car. I think if you do that and just try to get into a rhythm and stay consistent, things will work out for you, and the speed comes to you at the end of the runs. So it's as simple as that. Maybe easier said than done, because you have to discipline yourself.
For sure. Yeah, it's really hard not to use them up when you got somebody right in front of you that you really want to get by.
Yeah, no kidding. And I'm guilty. I'm still guilty of it. I mean, I overdrive often. So.
Well, you hung in there tonight, and well done on bringing that Kitties and Beer number 27 Chevy into 4th place tonight, right behind those Ghost Racing cars. Not sure anybody had much for them tonight with the speed they had and the strategy they employed. So solid 4th place win for you, Mr. Where Did He Come finish for you, not win, rather. Good solid 4th place finish for you. I've been talking for like 2 straight hours, man. I'm doing the best I can at this point. Anybody that you want to give a shout out to tonight, Jared?
I mean, just the teammates, all you guys. Fun racing with the whole crew here. I mean, I can't believe we went 200 laps green, so that's awesome. I hope we can do more of that. So, and appreciate you for doing the broadcast. Looking forward to watching it back.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you very much for that and for the continued support. And I saw the Kitties and Beer guys out there racing right around each other, and looks like you guys all had a good time. And I saw a lot of good, clean racing, but hard racing even between teammates. So always love to see that. Well, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast, Jared. And any final words before I sign off from our interview?
I don't think so, man. Don't expect anything out of me next week. We're going to a road course, so
hey, you're not.
I'll definitely be silent. I'll definitely be the silent part of the Silent Killer for sure.
For sure. Hopefully, Where Did He Come From isn't something that like people standing next to the sand pit say, right?
Right.
All right, man. Well, best of luck next week. We'll see you out when we're making left and right turns. And congrats again on bringing her home 4th place.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is just about going to do it for us here at PSRA TV. Before we leave, though, do want to run through our finishing order one more time, just so you get a chance to see everything and we give everybody that credit. So want to first show you number one, first place, our winner, Cameron Sarton in the number 94 car, John Dart in the 93. Brings it home second. Travis Dart in the 11 car brings it home third. Fourth place, Jared Ogletree for Kitties and Beer Racing. James Jackson finishing in 29th, the highest finishing Ford tonight. Stephen Parker right behind him in that Napa Chevrolet. Then we had Miguel Rodriguez of Great Lakes Motorsports. He was able to hold on a hard charging Jackson Wade in that 69 car to hold on to 7th position. Jackson ends up 8th after he and Steven in the 10 car just came up a little short on fuel. And some breaking news coming in here in post race. Do you have a little bit of an explanation from that 69 car, Jackson Wade, what was going on? He was having some clutch issues. So he was not, remember we jumped in and we heard him clutching at one point with a few laps to go, but he had not been clutching earlier on. His clutch was actually not working until about 20 laps to go. He was able to fix a setting there to get it fixed. So yeah, good on him for running as well as he did without being able to clutch to save as much fuel as he wanted to. Brandon Hare is going to bring it home in 9th position. Kyle Kendall, also for Kitties and Beer Racing, there in the 16 car, will finish in 10th. Devin Benoit in that 60 car is going to finish 11th. The number 3 car of Cameron Arndt finishes 12th. Several laps down, had some issues tonight. Not exactly sure what happened. We're going to do some research and see what happened there. Sam Burkall, he stuck around to finish the race after having some early troubles. Good on you. His perseverance paid off through some attrition. He finishes 13th in spite of having those early issues. Colin Lewis had some troubles getting into the pits in his very first pit stop. Again, not racing for points, decided to go ahead and call it a night. And lastly, Kyle Bridges, he's going to round out the field tonight. He did a little bit of a start and park this evening. Didn't see him on track much right after the race started. He went ahead and retired for the evening, but that's okay. Hey, sometimes things come up in life that are more important than iRacing. Certainly why Dakota is not here tonight, probably out doing some real life racing. So want to shout out Dakota. He is out. I think he's out doing some real life racing related stuff tonight. And the biggest shout out of the evening, though, is going to go to our up until today points leader, Griffin Deere, driver of that number six Ford for Great Lakes Motorsports. Not with us tonight because he's preparing for his wedding this weekend. So congratulations from all of us here at Premier Sim Racing Association go out to Griffin and his bride to be. Very happy for both of y'all. Hope you enjoy your wedding. That is the blessed day that I know you're both looking forward to, and that you can enjoy your honeymoon if it's planned for next week. Don't know all the details, and look forward to having you back with us when you can make it, Griffin. But all the best to you and the missus. So that is all that we have for this evening. Please tune in with us next week. Wednesday night, we have the Track Racer Truck Series. We are going to be lining up next week, and I will be in that race. We'll be lining up for the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park race. It'll be a 34-lap race making left and right turns. I'll be piloting the number 17 Kitties and Beer Toyota Tundra in that race. So you can see a lot of the racers that you saw here tonight, plus some of us who are kind of more up and coming and working on getting our way up into the Premier Series. Then 1 week from tonight, Thursday night, I will be back here on PSRA TV with the Premier Series racing the O'Reilly cars. We'll also be making left and right turns as we head to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. So join us next week. We expect to see maybe a little bit different running order. Definitely going to be a green flag race next week, as we do not have caution flags in the road races here at the Premier Series. So very excited to watch and call that race here next week. Hope you're as excited to join us. We're looking forward to seeing you once again for the Premier Sim Racing Association and all of the drivers here with the Premier Series and the Track Racer Truck Series. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you again right here on PSRA TV.